All right, September 2nd, 2025. It's midnight, a little after midnight. The reason why I've been going to the gym lately is because they told me I got red flag the Sunday before last when I was in the gym. They told me that my name got red flag, meaning that my name went on the lease or whatever. So they basically said like I can't come in there. So I stopped going to that gym. And I'm not go throw shade or whoever like worked there or anything because they was just doing their job. You feel me? They was just doing their job. So I just fell back from it. But what's weird is um about a week before that, or maybe not even a whole week, a few days before that, I was in the gym on this particular day. My auntie had called my phone while I was in the gym. I was in there with my little cousin D John. He just walked up out of there. He left the weights sitting there and everything. He just walked up out of there. I put the weights back up for him. And then my auntie called my phone, and right at the same exact time, my auntie called my phone. I saw some gay man walk up, or some young. I thought he was a kid, but I think he was grown. So I saw some gay man walk up in the gym, and this man had his shirt rolled up. Like he had his shirt rolled up, like he had his whole basically chest and stomach was out. He had his shirt up, and he was sagging his shorts and his boxers. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like he was sagging his shorts and his boxers was up above his waist. He actually had his boxers hanging low. You know what I'm saying? To the point where some of his private area was exposed. Some of the man pubic hairs was showing. And I looked over and I said, ugh, what the fuck? I'm in the gym doing curls. I'm just working out. And at that moment, I said a prayer. I said, God, please don't let nobody make up a lie about me. And my auntie called me right at that same time that dude was walking in there. What made me skeptical about that was when she called me, she said, do you got the key fob? And I said, auntie, I told you I had the key fob when I walked up out of the apartment. I told you that I had it a few times before I walked up out of there. Like, and that made me skeptical. And then she had also changed her cell phone number at that same exact time, had a 313 number and changed it. So I was just asking, like, why you asking me a question that I already know the answer, that you already know the answer to, auntie? Like, you know I got the key fob, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's been times when I was living in LA, right, at them shelters, actually called somebody's phone before, right? And when I called somebody's phone, my phone was redirected to a different call. That's why I got a video up on my YouTube showing how I made a phone call to the cyber hacking agency because my phone was getting hacked on that exact day. And when I called them, somebody named Bruce voicemail came up. It was literally somebody said that their name was Bruce. And then when I called again, it said, you have reached the voicemail box of whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I said, that's not an agency's number. That's like a cell phone type of voicemail. Another thing happened. I called my brother one time when I was on the bus in Los Angeles, and at first when I called, it said, the subscriber you have called cannot be reached at this time. I called again, and it said, this number is not accepted calls at this time. I called again, and it said, the voicemail you have reached does not have a voicemail box that's set up. I called again, and it said, the voicemail is full. It was about 4 different voicemails. So then I actually called him from a different phone, from like an actual phone in a grocery store, and he answered, and he was like, yo, that wasn't me. And every single time that I called him, what was weird is somebody's phone on the bus rang every single time. This when I was in LA. My point is, people can actually hack your phone and redirect your calls. So when I was in the gym and I saw that young man walk in there, you know what I'm saying, with half of his some of his lower area, private area showing, I just said a prayer. I said, God, please don't let nobody make some lie about me, because I just got kind of skeptical how that just happened out of nowhere. And my auntie called me, asked me a question I already know the answer to. You know what I mean? That she already knew the answer to. About 20 minutes went by. I saw that dude walk in and walk out. I assumed that he left. After about 20 minutes of just working out and doing curls over there, I walked in the bathroom, and as soon as I was walking in the bathroom, I saw that young man walking out of the bathroom. He had like a smile on his face, and I said a prayer again, like, God, please don't let nobody make up a lie about me. I don't know who that guy is. I don't know who that man is, but please, God, don't make up I just said a prayer, like, don't let nobody try to frame me and make up a lie about me, because I've grown to not really trust a lot of shit that I've seen due to a lot of lies that have been told on me in the past. Let me give an example. That flipper device. Look up this dude called the Ethical Hacker that's on YouTube. That flipper device, that Technobyte device. All you got to do is be within 200 feet of somebody, and you can actually hack their phone. You can decode whatever code that they got up on their phone, and you can go through their Google account. You can go through their Instagram account. Not only can you do that, but you can actually put a display up on their phone that's a fake diversion. And so right now, as I speak, right, a perfect example of that is me recording myself. I'm looking at myself talking on the phone. Somebody could literally hack my phone right now and be messaging somebody on Instagram, and I wouldn't even see the messages. And they can maintain that that fake demo on Instagram up on my phone, and then have everybody else believing that I'm talking to somebody that I never talked to. This is why on my YouTube, I searched up this one lady on TikTok named Queen Tashar. She a porn star, you know what I'm saying? I be looking at her sometime. But like I said, I haven't masturbated in over 20 months. I just still look at some of these Instagram models sometimes. I still look at some of these ladies, you know what I'm saying? Look, I looked her up on TikTok, and then I went to Instagram and looked her up, and her Instagram did not show up on my Instagram app, but it showed up on a desktop website, but it didn't show up when I looked it up on the app. So that right there told me that my app is some bullshit. It's some type of a diversion on it. When I first got here in June 2025, you know what I'm saying? The reason why I never went to the gym at first when I first moved here, because I just wanted to stay clear of any kind of negativity, because I knew that I was going to get lied on when I came back to Michigan. I knew that it was going to be people in Cali reaching out to people in Michigan trying to maintain that bold-faced lie. I knew that certain people that was in gangs and stuff was going to make up a lie about me also. Listen, I'm not in the gang. I'm not one of those people that's a part of something and then just trying to put up a poker face for lying online. I'm not in a gang. I'm not in a brotherhood. I'm not in a fraternity. I never joined a fraternity when I was in college days. I'm not a Mason or nothing like that. I do believe I got family members that's a part of that stuff in Carolina and stuff like that. Maybe some family members here, but I'm not a part of any kind of fraternity or brotherhood or gang. When I was younger, in my early 20s and also my teenage days, I used to like run around with my friends, and we used to represent a street called School Crab. I used to hang out with dudes from around Brightmoor area, and a lot of my family members, again, it's from like Southwest Detroit, but that's like the older cousins, the 80s babies on down, you know what I'm saying? In my family tree, my aunties and uncles from around that area. So it's been times people threw up number streets or like School Crab, but a lot of people have tried to mistake that for other gangs, and I'm not in the gang. I got to make that clear, yo. But one day I was out here working out, and anytime I see somebody out here, if I see some ladies, I just say, hey, how y'all doing? Or what's going on, sweetheart? Or what's going on, baby? You know, that's how I talk to these ladies, you know what I'm saying? If I see some man out here, I just be like, hey, what's up, brother? You know, I just put up my fist like, hey, what's going on, brother? Keep it moving. Like one day I'm out here, you know what I'm saying? This the area where I was just out here working out, feel me? I saw some dude on the other side of the fence, like sitting down, you know what I'm saying? Or around that area over there. Hold on. Like, yeah, like around that area. It's a table over here. It's like a table over here. And I just said, what's up, brother? And the man said, hey, baby. And I said, hey, bro, what'd you say? And he's like, oh, no, I ain't saying nothing. I said, hey, bro, but like, what'd you say, though? Then he told me he didn't really say nothing. And then I walked up over to him, like, over by the gate, and I just said, hey, bro, no disrespect, but the way you said that, I'm letting you know I'm not gay. Like, don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people in Detroit say, hey, what up, baby? Or what up, my baby? Like around the east side, a lot of niggas talk like, a lot of heterosexual men talk like that. Some ladies even say, hey, what's up, my baby? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like on the east side of Detroit, especially back in the day, they used to talk like that. So if he had said it like that, I wouldn't have been tripping. But the way he said it, I took offense to it, because I feel like he was saying it in a very feminine, flirtatious type of way. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, I recorded a video and put it up online, and I said, listen, I'm not a problematic type of person. I explained the event that just took place about 15, 20 minutes before, you know what I'm saying, on that particular day. And that was just it. And the main reason why I put that video up, because I've been through so many fucked up ass situations of people telling lies on me. I had to start doing stuff like that, because I realized what people was doing. People was putting stuff up on Snapchat. They knew that when they put it up on Snapchat, it get deleted, it get overlooked, and then that be it. But the damage still be done. So whatever fucked up ass act somebody took toward me had already happened. So like I said, somebody could put something in my drink, put something in my food. I'll be eating and drinking some water, not knowing that there's some type of poison in it. Next thing you know, I'll go to sleep, and whatever they put in my food activates, and I'll be into a deep state of unresponsive unconsciousness. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could take a picture of me. Somebody could rape me in my sleep, take my sperm, give it to someone else, and then whoever they give my sperm to will be some lady that I never talked to, some lady that I'm not even attracted to, some lady that I never had sex with. Even worse, it could be some lady that's under the age of 18. And then people could frame my image, a lie on me, yo. That can happen to me. And then when that happened to me, I could come forward and say I never talked to that person. I never did anything with that person. But if somebody hacked my phone with a flipper device the week before and messaged that lady, and somebody basically took a picture or a recording of me a week after that and then try to frame me, it would be harder for me to prove that. So this is what I mean, how much fucked up shit that I've been through and why I make videos like that. You know what I'm saying? And then after I made that video and put it up on Facebook, just explaining, like, the main reason why I made the video, because I said, look, I'm not a problematic person. I don't start shit with nobody. I'm just making this video just in case somebody tried to say I try to like start some shit with somebody. I just told the man, hey, bro, don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he said it in a flirtatious way. And it was times, anytime I'm out here, right, I'm working out. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing push-ups or I'm doing pull-ups over there by that little area over there. Like anytime I came out here in the past, I was working out. That's why the majority of the time when I was coming out here, it was at nighttime. This is when I first came here. And like I said, the reason why I didn't go to the gym a whole lot was because I just wanted to stay clear of negativity, because I've been lied on a lot. Not to say that the gym is a negative place. It's a very positive place. You know what I'm saying? There was plenty of times I went into that gym and I was conversational, said what's up to people, whatever. But at the same time, I do believe that some type of lie got told to me when I first got here. But yeah, a few days after I put that video up on Facebook explaining that event that took place, you know, and I told that one dude, hey, don't call me baby, you know what I'm saying? He, like I said, he didn't say it in the friendly way or cool, like, hey, what up, my baby, or what up, baby? Some people talk like that. It was very flirtatious, and it was like in a feminine way. So I was just like, hey, bro, don't talk to me like that, you know what I'm saying? And a few, I'll be doing push-ups by this rock over here. You know what I'm saying? I have my feet on the rock like this. I have my feet on the rock, and then I'll be doing push-ups. You know what I'm saying? I came out here the other day and hit a quick 50. And while I was doing push-ups on this one particular day, I saw this skinny dude walk down, walk across the street from over there, and then they came and sat down like right here. I think they was sitting down like right here, and they had their light on. And I almost asked the man, hey, bro, are you recording me? Because I didn't know the man, I didn't know the lady. But I was about to ask, are you recording me? But I didn't want to come off as problematic or nothing. So I just ignored it. I ignored the act of actually, you know, coming over and saying, hey, are you recording me? Because the person had their light on. They had their flash on their light. And their phone was facing right over there, you know what I'm saying, where I was doing push-ups at. And I think this was on the 27th of June. And I went in the crib and made a video right after that, and I was just like, yo, I've just been minding my business, I'm chilling, and if somebody see anything online, let me know. Because in the past, people has taken somebody else's cell phone before and then recorded me and then gave that person their cell phone back and tried to make it look like that it was somebody else around me. So somebody could literally take some lady's phone and then record me and then give it back to that lady, and then she could put it on Snapchat and everybody be thinking that I'm having sex with some lady or I'm flirting with some lady, or even worse. It could be some lady that's under the age of 18, or, you know what I'm saying? Or even worse, it could be a man. You know what I'm saying? And I would never know it. I'd never know it. Well, I personally feel like ain't nothing worse than somebody under the age of 18, like making up a lie about you. You know what I'm saying? When they was out here like chilling with, and I saw that light on their phone, and then they got up and like walked off and then walked back somewhere over there. I immediately said a prayer to myself again, like, God, don't let nobody make up some lie about me. Please, God, don't let somebody make up a lie about me, because the stuff that I've been through in the past, I just analyzed that situation in my mind, and I said that they could actually like go back and give somebody else's cell phone and make up a lie about me, make it like I'm talking to somebody. You know what I'm saying? A week could go by, somebody could put something in my food and my drink, and then, you know, something negative could happen. So on the 29th of June, I woke up in the morning. I realized I ejaculated sperm in my boxer shorts, and I got frantic. I frantically started like just looking around like, yo, I asked my auntie, did somebody come here? She told me no. I asked my little cousin if somebody came in there, they told me no. But I still wanted to stay on the safe side, because while I was asleep, I actually felt myself ejaculating, but I thought it was like a dream. I didn't dream that I was having sex with someone. I didn't dream about some type of erotic sexual intercourse with some lady. I just felt myself like ejaculating, yo. So I immediately jumped up when I woke up and realized that my boxer shorts was wet, and I asked my auntie if somebody came in, and they told me no. But after that, it being that I've been through so much crazy stuff in the past, especially at them shelters and stuff like that, I still went to the Providence Hospital. I still went to Sinai Grace Hospital, and I still went to Henry Ford Hospital. And I wanted to get my blood tested to see if it was something in my bloodstream that basically consisted of being put into a deep state of unconsciousness. You know what I'm saying? So before I even continue, I'm going to say this once, and this the last time I'm going to say it. Everybody know this by now. I have been celibate since February 2022. I have been sober since February 2023. Smoking, vaping, drinking alcohol, anything, even tobacco, I haven't done since February 2023. Masturbation, I haven't done since like November of 2023. I've been practicing semen retention, meaning I haven't even masturbated in over 20 months. I still watch porno sometime. I know it ain't healthy, but I still do that sometime. So, with that being said, I feel like some type of lie been getting told on me or something like that. If it's somebody walking around a Regal Tower saying that they know me or they cool with me, I'm being lied on. I've conversed with people. When I say, all right, let me be let me reiterate that. If there's somebody saying that they having sex with me, I'm being lied on. If it's somebody saying that they flirting with me or they in some type of relationship with me, I'm being lied on. If there's a man talking about me in some type of a flirtatious sexual way, I am being lied on. And if it's a video going around of somebody doing something with me sexual around here, I have been raped in my sleep. It's that simple. If something happened to me at all, you know what I'm saying, that was without my knowledge, without my consent, without my free will. I was completely unconscious and unresponsive. And I've talked to my auntie about this, and she told me like, no, you just, you overthinking it. It's all in your mind. And I said, okay, cool. But she understands that I've been through a lot of messed up stuff. Man, look, I reached out when I was living in Cali. And I said, look, I think some scandalous happened to me in my sleep. They told me straight up, there's nothing I can do to help you. They told me that straight up. They're like, the police told me that. You know what I'm saying? They said, I can't help you. They told me that in 2024 and 2025. Straight up, flat out. That's as blunt as I can be about it. Told them I think somebody did some scandalous to me in my sleep. They said there's nothing I can do to help you. The whole time I was living in California, I was reaching out to my family. Even though I was going through ups and downs with them and arguing back and forth with them, whenever it comes to like unhealthy occurrences, I don't play that shit. So I was reaching out to them like, yo, don't y'all feel like something not right? You know what I'm saying? I've had dreams and visions of my mom and my sisters that ain't cool. I've been praying for them to ask God to keep them safe, healthy, and alive. It's a lot of negative stuff going around. I'm not the type of person that just jump up and try to make a fucking report on somebody. But I got to the point where I was like, yo, they won't stop. When I was in California, I was like, yo, they literally won't stop. Every day my phone is getting hacked. I can tell when my phone getting hacked. And it ain't like it's just a phone hack. I'll just, you know how many times I overlook something small? I said, I don't give a fuck if my phone hack. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time to be trying to troubleshoot who's hacking the phone. You know what I'm saying? But then people will literally still do more than that. A phone hack would just be the first step. Then the second step would be somebody trying to actually walk around me, and there'll be somebody else on Snapchat recording me, typing captions on Snapchat saying that it's somebody that around me that know me and I don't know them at all. And then a week later, it'll be somebody saying that I'm talking to somebody that I'm not talking to. I'm not gay. I'm not talking to men. I'm not attracted to men. You know what I'm saying? I love women. I'm heterosexual. You feel me? And I said this plenty times before, but if somebody can actually manipulate you, do something to you in your sleep, they can make the whole world believe that you got some type of a double mind or something like that. And that is the type of shit that I've been through in the past. And people try to basically keep on upholding that same image to try to make me look like that. You know what I'm saying? So December 2022, I'm at the crib chilling. I'm at the house chilling. You know what I'm saying? I was a tenant paying rent. Some white lady came there with my dad asking me a bunch of questions. I didn't even have to let them in because I was a tenant paying rent. I let them in anyway. And they basically was asking me if I ever hear voices or I ever see things people don't see. They didn't tell me that some gay man made up a bold-faced lie about me that worked at the Walmart distribution center in Ridgeville, South Carolina. This happened in St. George, South Carolina. They didn't tell me that. Even when they just asked me if I was basically saying, they just asked me if I ever think about killing people and stuff. They asked me that. Then the lady told me that she was going to talk to her supervisor. She left for an hour, walked out the house for an hour, came back with the police, and then they sent me to the hospital. You know what I'm saying? Then the lady at the hospital asked me if I was going to kill some gay guy at the Walmart distribution center. That's when the truth came out. So I didn't know at that time that some gay man just made up a whole bold-faced lie. I didn't know that until to be honest, years later. But I do know that some type of an accusation was going around, and I thought that was just some type of lie that somebody else sparked up. But come to find out, no. So my point is, men have saw me talking to ladies in the past, and they tried to compete with these women. So men has actually tried to come forth out of jealousy and compete with a woman, basically feeling like that he looked better than this woman or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Men has done this. Gay men has done this. And then they tried to make up a lie on me and try to make it look like that I was doing something with a man to try to make that woman step away from me or keep some lady away from me. Gay men has done this in the past, yo. They has done this and then tried to use that to also accumulate popularity online. That is a very, very dangerous thing to do. You know what I'm saying? That's very dangerous to do. I don't care about who you know, who you are, who you're related to. It's a lot of people that take advantage of who they know and who they are and who they related to. And this is why a lot of homosexual men be getting away with doing these kind of slanderous, harassing things, yo. This is the best way I can explain it. So, the last time I seen that white lady was December 2022. They told me when they took me into the hospital or whatever, they just said pay your bills on time because, you know, my dad gave them some type of a complaint about bills. And I said, if I want to go talk to somebody about bills, I'll go talk to a fucking accountant or something. I said, you are in the hospital giving me some type of evaluation. You shouldn't be talking to me about my cell phone bill and rent and insurance and utilities and stuff. You shouldn't be talking to me about that. You cannot try to deem me to look like I got some type of a problem because I was behind on some type of a bill, yo. And that's the last time I seen that lady. But I'm gonna get my dad a call tomorrow to see if that lady had went behind my back and made up some type of lie. Because it's a reason why it's a reason why I'm being overlooked and nobody's listening to me. So the point that I'm making is gay men has made up bold-faced lies about me, yo. Bold-faced lies. And these ladies didn't know that they were just trying to compete with them. You know what I'm saying? So they try to make me look bad and try to make somebody step away from me. And also, it's some ladies also that is actually trying to compete with these ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'll be looking at some lady online that she, you know, probably some Instagram model or something. Or it'll just be some girl around here. You know, it'll just be some girl around here that's attractive, right? And then some other lady will see that lady is feeling me in some type of way, like she probably reciprocating conversation in a cool, cordial way or whatever. And then some shitty ass woman would just come forth, some shitty ass lady that don't know me at all. She'll just come forth and make up some lie and say that I was trying to talk to her. I was trying to get at her. You know what I'm saying? It'll be some lady who ain't got no type of body on her. She probably be, you know, 400 pounds with no type of curvy. You know, she ain't got no, like, I'm just giving an example, you know what I'm saying? But listen, I don't body shame anybody. And I'm not sexist, I'm not racist. I love all races of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't look down on any races of women. The majority of the ladies that I had sex with throughout my life were black women, yo. I'm gonna be honest. But I've been with more than 5 Caucasian ladies, and I've been with less than 10 Caucasian women. But I never in my life, you know, seen some white lady try to actually bring some gay dude around or make up some lie about me and use some gay dude to lie on me, yo. I'm being honest on that. So I'm not proud or happy when I say that ladies in the past have tried to make me look gay and some of them are black. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't nothing to be proud about. I'm not happy to say that shit. I'm black my damn self. You feel me? So I feel like it's some weird stuff going on, yo, because like I said, I think some of these women in the past, they said to themselves, okay, if they compete with that other lady, actually like compete with that lady as far as just class goes or looks go or just conversation goes, that lady know that she probably go lose with that other lady that's feeling me. So she would basically say, okay, she go lie on me or she gonna make me look like a fucked up ass nigga. She gonna make me look like less of a man. So she could probably say that I beat some lady or I raped some lady. I never in my life raped anybody. You know what I'm saying? I never in my life physically assaulted a female ever. Ever, never. So, or some lady would just make it look like that I don't have no standards or something. So she'll probably make it look like that I'm talking to some lady that's under the age of 18 or even that, or even worse, she'll try to make it look like that I talked to some male that was under the age of 18 or something like that. Or I just talked to some male. That's a horrible thing to do. So then she'll try to make it look like I'm some sneaky, scandalous ass nigga with like low standards type shit. And then when all these other women start walking around talking shit about me and shitting on my name and shitting on my image, that's when she'll basically rely on somebody else to drug me in my sleep and try to get my sperm and impregnate herself, yo. Then there'd be some lady walking around saying that she got impregnated by me. Listen, if there's some lady in California saying that she got impregnated by me, the only way that that's possible is if somebody raped me in my sleep. The whole time I was in California, yo, I was staying to myself. I didn't even start shit with nobody. One day I was walking through the library, yo. I'll never forget this. One dude just said, you know, on gang, well, you know, follow me. If you follow me, I'll knock you the fuck out. And I laughed because I thought he was talking to the police officer that was the security guard. I laughed at it. And then he was like, yeah, nigga, I'm talking to you. And then I'm my back still turned. I'm still walking up out of the library. He was like, yeah, nigga, I'm talking to you. And then I looked over my shoulder. He was like, what you looking around for? And I turned around. I was like, bro, you talking to me? He was like, if the shoe fits. I'm like, bro, are you talking to me? You know what I'm saying? He was with some lady with pink hair. He kept saying, hey man, on blood, this and that, this and he had on a shirt with an eye on it, like one of them one of them like secret society Illuminati type of signs on his shirt. He was just talking shit. He was just talking shit, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. So at that moment, I'm like, bro, I know we in the library. I know a lot of homeless people walk through here, but that man didn't look homeless. That man honestly was clean. So I'm trying to figure out, why is this nigga talking shit to me? You feel me? That's the type of stuff that I was dealing with when I was in Cali. And I still walked away from disrespect on numerous different occasions. I just walked away like, all right, bro. So at that moment, I said, okay, I'm in Los Angeles. I'm in a city that's known for all kind of crazy ass gang activity. What's making this nigga come at me sideways like that? I'm not in the gang. It used to be times it was a couple niggas that'll walk past me and be like, hey, what up, gang? And I immediately check that shit like, bro, you know I'm not in the gang, right? Like, you know that, right? All right, just make it show. You know what I'm saying? Because in an area like that, I make sure everybody know that shit. And I've been saying that shit since 2022, so everybody should know that by now. That's what got me so mad about all the bullshit that I went through in Cali, because it was like me walking away from that dude that was talking reckless to me. People try to make me look mentally ill after that. They'll say he must be retarded because he didn't fight. See, he must be stupid. He must be slow because he ain't fight. Or people will say, this is the worst thing that people have said about me, right? I said, if it's a video going around of somebody doing something to me sexually assaulting, I got raped in my sleep. People has actually said, well, it must be true, or he must have really engaged in something like that, because the fact that he didn't fight anybody or he didn't kill anybody, it must be true. Think about how much of a fucked up ass. Imagine some lady saying that somebody raped her at some point in time throughout her life, right? And then somebody else saying, well, the fact that you didn't do something, you didn't kill that man that raped you, it must be you must have liked it. You ain't get raped. You ain't get raped. No, you must have enjoyed that shit. If I ever in my life woke up feeling like somebody actually, if I ever in my life woke up and caught somebody in the act of doing something to me, yo, like I said this before, I would have defended myself like I was fighting for my life. So I would have literally possibly tried to do way more than just beat somebody's ass. You know what I'm saying? If I actually woke up seeing somebody in the act trying to actually sexually assault me, you know what I'm saying? So the point that I'm making is, people has actually like said that this about me in the past and said, well, he must be slow because he walked away from, you see how he let that one person talk to him? That's crazy as fuck. I haven't stolen anything since I was a teenager, since I was like 16, 17 years old, Joe. People making up lies saying I'm drinking syrup. I caught a fucking cold right after I got baptized on the 28th of July. People walking around saying that I'm drinking syrup. I caught another cold by the end of August, early September 2024. The first time I caught a cold was late July 2024. Then I caught another cold around like late August, early September 2024. This motherfucker's walking around saying I'm drinking syrup. I'm not fucking drinking promethazine. NyQuil and Dayquil and Theraflu was not fucking promethazine. People running around making up lies saying that I'm tricking, saying that I'm stealing. I'm going to go all the way on the other side of the fucking map, and I'm going to start stealing. I'm going to start tricking. I ain't stolen almost 20 fucking years, and I'm going to just start stealing when I get all the way to California. Bitch ass. It don't get more weak than that, man. I get mad every time I think about it, yo. Because every time I think about all the lawsuits that I walked away from, and I could have sued for millions for, it make me mad as fuck when somebody would literally go stoop that low and say, oh yeah, that nigga stole, yeah, he stole from me. Or some lady would make up some bullshit lie and say, oh, he tried to grab my ass or something, or he was trying to talk to me, he was trying to holler at me. Don't tell that fucking lie. When I first got here, yo, this was right after the 29th of June. This one lady had gave me her number. She was cool. Like, she was cool. But I never called her. She was older, too. And I was like, yo, I told her straight up, I've been through a lot of crazy stuff. Gay men made up a whole bunch of lies about me. A lot of ladies made up lies about me. I said, I'm not even going to entertain the lust. This light-skinned lady, she was cool, though. She was older, too. And I was just like, I ain't even go call you. I'm going to be honest. I've been on the walk with God. I've been celibate for over 3 years. I've been sober for over 2 years. I ain't bust a nut. And at the time, this was in late June of 2025 of this year. And I just told her, I'm good, Joe. Like, I ain't even go call you. You know what I'm saying? But you cool as hell. But I told her I ain't even go call her. People has made up all kind of lies about me. So the whole point that I'm making is I'm not just walking around a playground on some strange type shit. You feel me? When I first came here, I wasn't even planning on coming here, yo. The only reason why I came here was because I came here for my cousin's funeral. You know what I'm saying? And I was planning on going back to LA at a certain time, but a few inconvenient things is going on right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna figure out everything for real, because I'm not gonna lie to myself. I'm not gonna gaslight myself. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people who move in certain organizations and ways, they will try to manipulate you into social intelligence if you allow it, yo. And things will get way worse. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to myself. But it's weird how, you know, when I was coming out here working out outside before I was even choosing to go into that gym, every time I came out here and did pull-ups, I'll see somebody just come and sit down like by the bench, or they'll sit down at a table, and I'll be thinking like, damn, is they a fed or something? Is they watching me, or is this somebody lying on me? And then I started to get more agitated. Listen, like I said before, I don't care about some gay person walking past me, but when some gay man go online and make up a lie about me and say they know me or they talking to me, and then they walk past me, and they basically relying on an audience that I don't even see. So it'll be somebody else that is an audience recording me, and they'll have me on Snapchat, and then they'll have some gay dude walk past me, and I don't know that this nigga made up a lie about me the night before. So it'll be just a regular old day of somebody walking past me or some shit. I'll be thinking they just walking, and I don't know that some lie been told on me. Next thing you know, I'm getting trolled online, and then somebody else could even do me even more worse, because then while I'm getting trolled online based off of somebody that lied on me, instead of somebody coming forward and said, no, y'all lied on Alvin, y'all lied on AJ, y'all lying on AJ, you are lying on Alvin, they will say, okay, reach out to some agency that specializes in gay rights, and let's make him look more gay, and let's make him look like he's being bullied. So then I will literally get stagnated. I'll be stagnant. I'll get stagnated by somebody, because they'll look at it like, stagnated a word. I'll just get, it's like somebody will literally hinder my social life even more. You feel me? By doing some fuck shit like that. Now, I never know it. So I got aunties that's been accused and also diagnosed with like schizophrenia and paranoia. Somebody could easily weaponize that against me and say, oh yeah, you know, he got aunties that went through this and went through that. And then some lazy ass person that worked for some agency, you know what I'm saying? Let me rephrase that. Somebody that's a part of an organization that worked for an agency will literally just agree to role play and act along with whatever they were just informed on. So if somebody come forward to say this person got family members that did this and that in the past or whatever, or they've been diagnosed with stuff in the past, they would know that I'm being lied on. They would know that I'm being defamed. They would know that I'm being framed and sabotaged. But they would just be in character mode. So they'll say, okay, I'm going to act like I'm worried about him, and I'm going to act like I'm doing my job when I watch this person. But the truth is, I know he's being lied on. So anybody else will ask, okay, well, why is everybody just going at you? Anybody, that's common sense. You know what I'm saying? That's a very logical, good question. Why is everybody just going at you? But you don't know that this person that's basically agreeing to do this kind of scandalous stuff toward me is in the same sorority as some other lady that made up a lie about me a while back, or in the same, they could be in the same gang, you know what I'm saying? Or in the same sisterhood, or the same fraternity, or the same brotherhood, or the same gang again. You know, some dude could be in the same gang as some other dude. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people now that got a whole lot more sophisticated white collar type of jobs, and they'll still be in a gang, yo. And I don't have anything against anybody. This world too damn big. It's 8 billion people on this planet to be worried about what everybody else is doing. But when people are actually targeting you and making up lies about you, that has to be spoken on. That has to be addressed. Because when you overlook it, you know what I'm saying, you will find yourself in a fucked up situation, kind of sort of how I am in right now. Because what's so crazy is I went through all that crazy stuff in Cali, and I kept myself cordial. I kept myself peaceful. I was walking around in a very peaceful way, because there was a lot of shit that I just didn't trust, you feel me? And I saw it right in my face. And it seemed like I came back here. It's like I look down and I look back up a year later. I see way more gay dudes walking around smiling, giggling with their fucking lips puckered up, thinking that this shit is funny. And I'm talking about how I got certain family members that's not acting the same, that's not looking the same, all kind of negative stuff going around. And people think that this is a laughing matter. And I be sitting there like, yeah, like right now as I speak, I'm recording a video. I'm walking through the parking lot. Man, you know how easy it is for a whole bunch of people to just get together and petition me and then make up a lie about me and say, hey, that person got some type of problem. He walking through the parking lot talking to himself. You know how easy that is? I've been being way more mindful of the stuff that I've been saying and observing of the videos that I've been putting up. Somebody could easily, squad up with somebody else, sign some paper, and then make a mockery of me. Right after my cousin, I hope my cousin moved some of his stuff out, He told me, yeah, I just don't want to, bring, certain people out. No, to be honest, he asked me, he was like, I'm making sure that you're not like talking to men or anything. I told him straight, I was like, cuz I told you that in 2024, in July 2024, that it was gay men making up lies about me. I'm not sus, you know what I'm saying? I'm not sus meaning like suspect or possibly being gay. I'm like, no, bro, I'm not gay. I'm not talking to men and nothing like that. And he told me that he didn't want to bring some other dude around me that was gay because he didn't know if I was hateful toward them. And I said, bro, I'm not hateful toward anybody, no matter who they are. I'm hateful toward people that lie on me, try to frame me, or sabotage me. That is what I'm hateful toward. You know what I'm saying? I could walk down the street right now, somebody can make up a lie about me. I wouldn't care about that, but I've actually been through situations where I just overlooked a petty lie, not even giving a shit about what somebody said, and then I'll fuck around and find out that petty lie was just the iceberg, and there was way, way, way more lies piled up on top of that. That petty lie was the tip of an iceberg, and I didn't know that person had been lying on me for months or years, or that person was some gay dude relying on a whole bunch of other gay men to make up lies for months or years. Right before I came back to Michigan, every single time I jumped on the bus and I was driving down 3rd Street, I'll get off the bus and then there'll be some gay dude to just run up and stand next to me. Right before I left, I swear that was happening a whole lot, and I couldn't understand why. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of videos on my phone that I never uploaded to anybody, that I never gave anybody. I just got a lot of videos on my phone that I was just talking about how the day went. People hacked into my Google accounts, my iCloud accounts, and posted those on other platforms. I haven't messaged somebody on Snapchat in over a year. The last time I actually got on Snapchat, for real, you know what I'm saying? It's been at least a year now. And my Snapchat got hacked when I was at the testimonial shelter. One day I'm at a testimonial shelter and I heard this one nigga yelling out, help, help. And it was a few other people laughing along with them. And this other young nigga was like, man, y'all going to hell, man. But that was right after I sent out some messages to people publicly, like basically saying, hey, help. You know what I'm saying? And niggas is walking around cracking jokes and laughing. When people feel like you are outnumbered, that's like clicked up. When people feel like you outnumbered, you'll see that other side of them that nobody else seen. When they feel like ain't nothing gonna happen to them or nothing can happen to them, you'll see a whole nother side of them, A whole nother side. It's been plenty times I said to myself, I don't think that I don't like all of the crazy stuff that I've been through, all the lies that I've been through, all the slander, all the humiliating shit that I've been through. It's been plenty times I said to myself, if I was just by myself, I don't think I would have went through, or that person was by themselves, I don't think I would have went through the majority of the shit that I went through. I just believe that. I just don't think so. So it seemed like I said, those dudes just doing their job. They came up to me and told me that the Sunday before last, this was what, 8 days ago? This was the Sunday before the last, the Sunday that just passed. This was the Sunday before last. I was just in there working out. And they said, yeah, man. And in the middle of working out, homie just said, hey, you got to go. And then this other dude was like, can he use my guest? Can I use him as a guest? And I was just sitting there like, man, I ain't coming back here, dog. I ain't even doing that. The moment I was told that, I was like, I shouldn't, because that was literally like a day or two after my little cousin I helped him move across the street. And that was a few days after I said I was in a workout room just working out. And some young man walked in there with his shirt rolled all the way up, had his whole chest and his stomach out, and had some of his private parts showing. And I just said, dog, what the fuck? Like, ugh. And then I just said a prayer like, God, deliver me from evil, please. Please do. Because my auntie called me right around the same time that dude walked in. And that was right after my little cousin walked out. He just upped and walked out. And I just said a prayer like, God, don't let nobody make up a lie about me, please. Please, God, don't let somebody make up a lie about me. In July 2024, I was at the same picnic table chilling. I'm literally, this is on the 4th of July, yo, 2024, a year ago. I'm sitting at the picnic table up here at the Regal Towers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm recording a video and some gay dude just get up and like walked in the background. Now look, somebody else could have been recording me on Snapchat, typing captions saying, yeah, we know him right here. Yeah, this AJ, this Alvin, we know him right here. Somebody else could have hacked in my phone and then sent out pictures and videos of me by hacking in my Google account, hacking in my iCloud account. And I was recording myself on my iPhone 13 at the time. Somebody hacked into that iPhone 13. I had only had that phone at that time I don't even think I had it for a whole week. I think I got that phone on the 1st of July, 2024. How did somebody hack that phone? I used this one girl's cell phone number to create a brand new Google account, and then I deleted all of my information about her phone when I was in the T-Mobile store that was off of Telegraph and 10 Mile, I think, or 11 Mile or 9 Mile. I don't know. I just know I was at the T-Mobile store in Southfield off of Telegraph. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhere not too far from here. And this lady basically let me see her phone. She was a customer also. I told them, I don't want to use none of my old Google accounts, none of my old iCloud accounts. I want to start everything fresh. They told me that in order for me to activate the fucking phone, that I had to basically still give them a email account online. And I said, I can't just create one right now. They told me no. So I used her cell phone. But when people got these devices, these flipper devices and all that other stuff, they can easily hack into your phone. They could be 50, 100 feet away, 200 feet away and still hack your phone easily. Look at that dude on YouTube called the Ethical Hacker. But I was thinking maybe that lady in the T-Mobile store that was the customer, you know what I'm saying? Maybe she hacked my phone afterwards. I don't know. And then I typed out a rough draft, meaning that I did not submit it at all. I just typed out basically like a rough draft of a report, and I just said, no, I'm not even gonna submit this, you know what I'm saying? And I took a screenshot of it, but I exited out of it. This is in July 2024. And I think somebody else hacked into my iCloud account and then uploaded that. And the only way that if somebody had hacked into my iCloud account at that time, it had to be somebody in Michigan. It had to, yo. Because I didn't even have the same exact, I didn't even have the same iCloud. I didn't even have the same email. All of like everything that was connected to that iPhone 13 was new. That was the reason why I used that one girl's cell phone to basically get that iPhone 13. So I'm out here chilling, recording a video on the 4th of July, 2024. I'm just chilling. You know what I'm saying? Chilling at a table. And I see some flamboyant, extra feminine dude get up and walk past in the background. For all I know, one of them other dudes was probably recording me on Snapchat, making up some lie about me. That shit can happen. And then everybody be thinking that I'm talking to somebody I'm not talking to. And then what's so fucked up is everybody says, well, if it's people trying you like this, if it's people saying this kind of stuff about you, it must be true because gay niggas don't be trying straight niggas. So that's a fucked up ass philosophy because the majority of the time that philosophy is true. So I could literally drop crack rocks in somebody's duffel bag. I could literally be putting crack pipes in somebody's shit and taking pictures of it and do it at least once out the year. After about 3 years, everybody gonna be looking at that dude like, for somebody that don't smoke crack, you always getting accused of smoking crack. And then they'll just be looking at him like, you sure you ain't on drugs? That's the type of shit that I've been through. So every certain amount of months or certain amount of couple weeks or something, a brand new lie is told, yo. Because people trying to keep on implying that same philosophy in people's mind and make people think that I'm walking around doing some type of gay shit and I'm not. Or even worse, some of these ladies have just made it look like that I was, I feel like ain't nothing worse than trying to make a man look gay that's not gay. You know what I'm saying? But some of these ladies has also tried to make it look like that I was talking to women that was under the age of 18, yo. I recorded a video like this like 3 different times today, but I just wanted to make this way more clear and give a better visual of what I've been dealing with. So One day I was in the workout room. Yo, this was weird though. One day I was in the workout room. This one dude and these lady and this well, it was a couple dudes and this lady walked in. I think all of them was related. As soon as they walked in, it was some other people that just immediately walked out. And I kind of sort of felt like, me being somebody who always been observing the body language, I feel like it was some type of negativity that was ongoing with the people that walked out. Meaning, I think the people that walked out had some type of a negative motive or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because as soon as like they walked in, they walked out. You know what I'm saying? So it seemed like once I started being a little bit more conversational, I feel like something scandalous has recently happened, yo. So if it's a video going around or if it's somebody saying they talking to me, somebody let me know as soon as possible, because people could manipulate my intelligence. They could manipulate my actuality of who I am easily, because they could have somebody analyze me falsely. Somebody could just be looking at me and observing me, but somebody could take my underwear, somebody could take a picture of that shit, yo. Somebody could literally just do something to me in my sleep, and then they could tell everybody else that I'm putting on a poker face for the camera. I'm putting on a lion ass facade for everybody else, but in reality, behind closed doors, I'm doing something with someone that I'm not doing anything with. So on the 29th of June, I told my auntie, no disrespect, hey, God bless, it's all love, but I just want to stay on the safe side, make sure nobody did anything to me, because the stuff that I went through at them shelters in Los Angeles, yo, the stuff that I'm still going through right now because of the shit that I went through at those shelters in Los Angeles, I'm telling you, yo, people were lying on me, and the people that worked there, I'm not saying everybody there was fucked up, but I personally feel like everybody who was there knew what was really going on. That's what fucks me up the most. That's what hurt the most, because I feel like some scandalous is going on with my loved ones, my mom, my siblings, and I think people tried to depict me to look like I was in a gang or I was a part of some type of brotherhood or something. So it's been times I just be in conversation mode, yo. You know what I'm saying? I just be talking and I do something like this and people be making up some lie saying, look, see that gesture right there? That mean he doing this, or that mean this, or that mean that. No, yo, I'm not in. I know it's a lot of people that's a part of shit these days, and they say that they not a part of shit when they get on the camera. I literally mean I'm not a part of shit, not a part of shit. You feel me? Damn, yo. So, and when it come to any celebrity, I never held a back and forth convo with any celebrity. I made that clear. What got me so fucked up in the head is I've been trying to figure out for the longest, how in the fuck did I go through all that crazy stuff and everybody just watched? Everybody. I reached out to family members of mine. I understand that I didn't come from a super wealthy family or nothing like that, but everybody else sat back and watched. People that was, I personally feel like some of these ladies are showing me love now. You know what I'm saying? As far as like celebrities goes, I be being very observant of the pictures people take. You feel me? I be being very, very, very observant. So I feel like some of them be talking in kind of sort of like a low-key type of way. I'm observant. You don't have to be a part of something to be observant. So that's why I said I love these ladies. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all because at one point in time when I used to have a lot of sex, anytime I went through stress, I had sex. Anytime I was angry, I had sex. Anytime I was frustrated, I had sex. Anytime I was high, I was drunk, I had sex. I was sober, I had sex. That's what I did to relieve stress. That was just what I did with these women. You know what I'm saying? What I did with these females, that was just something that was, I feel like it was therapeutic. So when I used to watch a lot of porn when I was younger, I said, okay, I'm going to stop watching porn. I'm going to heal from watching porn. I'm going to make my own pornos. And I made it worse because I got more obsessed with the ladies that I was having sex with. I would record them. They knew that they was being recorded too. So all the people that I was like having sex with and recording, they knew that all them girls knew that, man, look, all them ladies knew that was being recorded. So the variety of women that I was attracted to grew. So I'll be having a conversation with some lady and I'll be looking at her like, damn, I wonder how good her pussy is. I wonder how tight that pussy is. I wonder how good her head is. Some of these ladies I've actually just said, I just want to see what her lips feel like. I just want to kiss her and all this. Like, a lot of those thoughts be going through my mind, you feel me? Because I used to have sex a whole lot. You know what I'm saying? And it used to be light skin, dark skin, slim thick, you know, super thick, thick. You know, those was the type of ladies that I just like. I just like beautiful ass women, yo. So when I stopped having sex, I started watching ladies on YouTube that be talking about the goodness of God, because that helped me heal a whole lot more. They helped me heal. You feel me? Because when they be talking about the goodness and the love of God, that takes my mind off of all that other stuff. And also, anytime I was in a violent type of a situation, you know what I'm saying? Going to some girl crib and having sex with her took my mind off of that. So I can get into it with some nigga and some nigga be talking shit and I be mad and I be feeling like I don't give a fuck, nigga. I'll beat that nigga ass. I don't give a fuck. He want to take it there, we can take it there. However you want to take it there. And then I go to some girl crib and I'll, you know, I don't even have to have sex. I'll just be at her crib chilling and then all of that will just leave my mind. You feel me? I don't even be thinking about negative stuff no more. So it's not just lust when I be looking at these women on Instagram, even though I be liking a lot of pictures. It's not just lust. I used to deal with stress a lot and I just choose to have sex with these females, you feel me? But then I stopped having sex. I stopped masturbating. So now I just be liking pictures. I be watching, you know, stuff they doing and stuff like that. And what make me mad as fuck is I'm trying to heal and move on for the better. And then in the midst of all of that, some gay dude will see me trying to heal and do that right, looking at some lady or talking to some lady, and he'll just walk over and then he'll make up some lie and say that I was talking to him or I tried to have sex with him or something like that to try to basically make me look like a whole ass, grimy ass, dirty ass motherfucker to these ladies. And then these women don't know that that man is trying to compete with her. He actually wants to feel like that. He like, some of these niggas look at women and they actually feel like that they look better than these ladies. You know what I'm saying? It's been times niggas has competed with me in the past by trying to have sex with some lady that I was talking to or I wanted to have sex with, and they'll try to compete with me like that. But a lot of these gay men, dog, they have done some. I'm tired of acting like this shit is not a problem, yo. I'm tired of acting like it's not a problem when gay men just make up lies and they feel like they can just do and say whatever just because some agency gave them, you know, some type of a right to be who they are. Everybody got a right to be who they are. It's a free country. But nobody got a right to just basically say, okay, you can go ahead and lie on that man and frame him and sabotage him. Fuck that. And like I said, these ladies also, some of these women that I wasn't even talking to, I wasn't even looking at, they pretty much said, okay, they go compete with that other lady over there and they go make up some lie about me. And after they done making up a lie about me, when all these other ladies like turn their back on me or whatever, or all these niggas, all these men turn their back on me also, that's when they go in and try to frame me and sabotage me and try to find a way to get my sperm. So while all these ladies walking around thinking that I'm some fucked up ass nigga, they'll never know that that lady was plotting on me for a long time, trying to find a way to get herself impregnated, because she probably knew that I had some type of close connection with God. And she looked at me like, okay, one day he destined for some type of greatness, so I'm going to mess things up right now. I'm going to get in, right fit in right now and make things worse for this man. A lot of women has looked at me and thought like that. I used to get into it with people when I was younger, man. The majority of the time I got into it with people, it was because I was trying to defend or protect my mom or my sisters. You know what I'm saying? That used to be my biggest pet peeve. People feeling like that they could try to bring harm to the women in my family. I used to hate that shit. I used to hate that. Like, I used to feel like I don't care who you are, who you know, what kind of gun you got. If you're trying to harm my loved ones, I'm not letting that slide no matter what. So it made me even more mad when I realized that it was people trying to make it look like that I was trying to bring some type of harm or pain to my family and stuff like that. So when I started reaching out for help, like, yo, don't y'all see this? I expected people to come. I literally thought that a lot of my family members was going to come to California like 100 deep or 1,000 deep. I truly believe that. But when everybody was just acting like, when everybody was just like overlooking me and wasn't saying nothing, I was like, what the hell is going on here? I ain't never seen nothing like that. So it ain't like I was on some shit like, hey, it's time to get on some go to war type shit. No, I'm not saying that, but you know something not right. You know somebody framing me and trying to sabotage me. Like, what's going on? Can somebody please explain to me why my mom and my sister's voicemail changed after 20 years? Why they don't even remember certain things I talked to them about? That was like personal. Can somebody please explain to me why a big lie was told on me in California? You know what I'm saying? It made me mad as hell when I realized that it was people walking around saying that I tried to fight some Jehovah's Witnesses. You do know you could have just talked to me, right? Like, I don't care about what somebody claiming and repping. I'm not a part of anything, yo. I'm not trying to rival with anybody, but It made me mad when people sat back and allowed other people to say, I tried to fight some dudes that was Jehovah's Witnesses, and then people start making up more lies on top of that. I got baptized, 16 days after I got to California? And people started with lies. Everywhere I look, it was a lie being told. What the fuck is going on? I'm thinking. We all adults, and I'm going through this kind of shit? I ain't never seen anything like it. Whole reason why I started recording this video, though, because I just want to say, look, I'm not on no bullshit. I ain't on no problematic shit. I ain't starting shit with nobody, yo. I've been out here chilling. You know what I'm saying? Tonight, I mean. You know what I'm saying? I just been doing my thing. I be coming out here and working out sometime. So I just feel like it was weird as hell how right after I spoke on, like, I see some dude walk up in the gym one day, obviously gay. You know what I'm saying? I just said a prayer like, God, please don't let nobody lie on me. Please. Because somebody could easily drug my food and tell everybody else that I'm bipolar. Make up some lie like that. That's why I said I'm about to reach out. I'm going to call my dad when I wake up tomorrow and ask him what's that white lady number that pulled up on me on December 1st of 2022. Because when I walked up out of the hospital, they said there's nothing wrong with you, man. They just said pay your bills on time. And I was like, yeah, I can go to the bank if I want some financial advice. But, hey, good looking. You know what I'm saying? So if that lady has basically possibly like went behind my back and tried to like give me some diagnosis, like she probably just lost her whole career. I ain't talked to that lady since December 1st, 2022. That lady was an associate of mine. She wasn't somebody that I talked to regularly. So I didn't even know her. I didn't even know the white lady. You know what I'm saying? I rephrase that. I didn't even know the lady. But I just wanted to give a better description of this bullshit that I've been through, because people can easily manipulate you when they feel like they can get away with it. You know what I'm saying? If somebody come up to me right now and tell me that, hey, that guy over there is schizophrenic or bipolar or stuff like that, everything that person says is going to be contradicted from my point of view. I'm not even going to pay mind to what the hell they talking about. I'm going to listen to them. I'm going to talk to them. I'm not going to discriminate. But at the same time, I'm going to be feeling like, hey, that person, they off. That's what made me so fucking mad when I was in the tiny home shelter and they moved me up out of that shelter, moved me into another tiny home unit with some dude that's schizophrenic. I'm like, man, why y'all put me in here with this man? Don't y'all know that this man could fuck around and do something to me, and I could fuck around and like I could lose my life in here, and this dude could get off because he's schizophrenic. He's literally medically diagnosed as schizophrenic. Walking around the fucking tiny home unit talking about, nigga, tell your mama sorry and all this other shit. Other niggas talking about real mama mad, nigga, talking shit like that. I'm making videos talking about, I feel like something not right about my sisters. Later on, I'm hearing niggas snickering and laughing and shit, talking about, ha, 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 where she at, where she at? And niggas think that I'm just gonna walk around in a peaceful manner? The fuck is going on, yo? And I said this before, I say it again. The main reason why I left the way I left was because I went to DSW shoe store on the 11th of July of 2024. I just was rubbed the wrong way when I saw what I saw. I walked in there, grabbed some shoes. My auntie was buying me some shoes. The lady that was the cashier directed her questions toward my auntie like I wasn't even existing, like I ain't even exist. You know what I'm saying? On top of that, I saw some gay dude cutting his eyes at my auntie like she recognized him and he recognized her. I said, I'm out of here. It's been plenty times when I was in St. George, South Carolina. I walk up in the gas station, the lady that's the cashier, the lady that worked there, there's some lady that basically is just pumping gas, will record me on Snapchat, make up some lie. I said, okay, the fact that I'm going through all this bullshit, let me get away from St. George for a minute. So when my auntie basically told me that so-called court case got canceled out, she told me that on the 10th of July, that court case got canceled out, that I was supposed to go back to for in Somerville, South Carolina, on the 23rd of July 2024. She told me that they canceled it out. After she told me that, on the 11th of July, I go to the DSW shoe store. I feel like the vibe wasn't right. It obviously wasn't right, and I left. Jumped on a flight later on that morning, left. and got to California, and everybody that was in the gang squatted up on me and made up lies all day, every day. I'm at the LA Mission. I see niggas recording me. I'm at a tiny home shelter. I see people recording me. Look, recording me like this with their phone down, acting like they texting, but they recording me. I'm at a testimonial shelter. I see people recording me. All these niggas is in the gang, yo. Lying on me. Why is they lying on me? You feel me? I'm not a blood. I'm not a Crip. I'm not a folk. I'm not a Mason. I'm not in some fraternity. I'm not in any type of gang. I'm not a part of anything, yo. I'm not one of these people that would just make a statement and say I'm not a part of that and I'll be a part of something. No, I mean literally, yo, I'm not a part of anything. No disrespect to you if that's what you want to do in life. But I'm not a part of anything. I'm not in any of that, yo. I'm not in any of that. I wouldn't even lie about some shit like that. Because somebody else, I personally feel like if you're a part of some type of fraternity, you can't walk around and act like and say that you're not when you, I mean, and you are. You know what I'm saying? Because that'll be going against whatever you like went through to be a part of that. Yeah, she kind of thick. Yeah, she thick. So imagine me going to a college campus and I'm hanging out around some table or some bench that belong to a certain fraternity, and I'm lying to everybody saying that I'm a part of some type of fraternity that I'm not a part of. That type of shit'll get you fucked up, yo. So what bothered me so much is I couldn't understand why the fuck do I got people lying on me, yo? Why the fuck is it people saying that I'm a part of something? And I found out the main reason why is because it's a bunch of other people doing scandalous type of shit, and then they lying on me on top of that. So if it's some celebrity that think they ever held it back and forth for me, yo, nah, yo. And I personally feel like if you really do got some type of love for me, if you really do got some type of consideration for my well-being and my peace, you wouldn't be trying to go behind my back and trying to bring some harm to somebody that I'm related to or something. You know what I'm saying? As far as like my mom or my sisters go, because these are the people that I've had dreams about. I'm being honest. But yo, if it's somebody who actually, man, look here, somebody do something to me in my sleep, I can't even say what I want to say on camera, you know what I mean? But that was the reason why I left Michigan on July 12, 2024. You know what I'm saying? That was the reason why I left the way I left. And again, on the 10th of July, 2025, I went to Beaumont, Farmington Emergency Room in Farmington. You know what I'm saying? I took 2 buses to get there, you know what I'm saying? And the Telegraph bus, and then I think it was the Grand River bus. And every lady that was in there was all the nurses, all the ladies that was the nurses. Even the white girl was fine as hell. I ain't even gonna lie. Some of the ladies I was looking at and I was thinking like, damn, she fine as hell. Damn, she thick as hell. No disrespect to them. I told one of the ladies like, hey, just look around the Regal Towers and let me know if something negative being said. And in the process of me getting ready to get checked up out of the emergency room, they told me that I had low potassium because I was real dizzy on this day. All of a sudden, see a bunch of gay dudes like walking around like the back room area, like prancing around and like just in a very feminine way, yo. And when I basically checked out and walked up out of the emergency room, I saw some gay dude like walk out of there, and it bothered me. I'm not even gonna lie, it bothered me. And then my auntie called me and was like, hey, did you go to the hospital? And I was like, auntie, I didn't even tell you I was going to the hospital. I didn't say a single word to you about the hospital at all. What are you talking about? How do you even know that? So I believe the whole time I was at the bus stop, it was people basically reporting back to somebody else. Now, if it's somebody looking out for my own well-being, I'm like, all right, cool. But it bothers me when people try to make it look like that I'm doing stuff that I'm not doing. So, like, again, to go all the way back to what I was saying earlier, I told my cousin directly, listen, I'm not hateful toward anybody, whether you black, white, man, woman, you know, whatever race or nationality you are, whatever your preference is, I'm not hateful toward anybody. I got enough shit going on in my life. I'm not about to sit back and, you know, jot down footnotes on why I'm hateful towards somebody, but I am hateful toward people that's like trying to frame me and sabotage me and make up lies about me and make my life worse. I'm hateful toward people trying to bring harm to my family or something like that. I'm hateful toward somebody who feel like they can just do what the fuck they want to do, and they taking advantage of the fact that they got like a real big family or something, and they just basically like being a bully. I don't like being around shit like that, yo. That type of stuff bothers me a lot, yo. Especially when you minding your business and you ain't bothering nobody, and people feel like, okay, well, since you minding your business and bothering nobody, I'm gonna mess with you even more. And then I'm gonna make you look mentally ill. I'm gonna say, look, he must be slow because he didn't fight back. Think about how childish that is. When I used to be getting in the fights when I was younger, yo, I used to get in the fights with niggas that was way bigger than me, way older than me. When I was like way, way younger in my old neighborhood and stuff like that, that was me proving the point to myself. Once I realized, hey, I really don't gotta live that thug life. I'm cool with not being that guy. I was cool with not being that guy, and that was just it. Other people just didn't like that about me. When I was in 7th grade, man, look, I used to fight a lot of people that was in the 8th grade because I was supposed to be in the 8th grade. When I went to an alternative school by like '04 to '05, I was getting into it with people that was way older than me, or they was my exact age. You know what I'm saying? By the time I got around like high school years, fighting really wasn't a big deal to me. I was more so just enjoying chasing the ladies around. That was more fun to me. You know what I'm saying? I came to the conclusion like, hey, that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I still had that aggressiveness in me, but I just feel like that wasn't me like that. People start making up lies on top of lies on top of lies. Some of these niggas still to this day trying to make up lies about me, trying to make it seem like that they was the ones that was boxing and fighting with dudes in the bathroom and stuff. If that's what you want to do, if you want to take that lie, run with it, go ahead, take that lie, run with it, dog. I know who I was. I know who I am. You feel me? And I shouldn't have to prove a point to myself, but when I realized that people have gotten so fucked up to the point where they are actually trying to frame me and sabotage me, that's what I'm hateful toward. When you're trying to lie on me, it ain't like you walked down the street and said that I had on a different color. No, you actually trying to put hard work and time into a lie. So you'll make it look like that I'm talking to somebody one day, and then you'll frame me the next day. Like I said, when I first got here, I still got some black and gray boxer briefs that came up missing. So at this point, I said, hell yeah, I'm suing if I fuck around and find out somebody did something to me in my sleep. You should be happy I'm choosing to sue and not choosing to do something worse. But above all, I'm making this video because I'm letting it be known, look, I ain't on no bullshit. I ain't on no problematic bullshit. I just be out there like around the picnic table working out. I started doing that at first because I didn't want to go into the gym. And then when I started being way more cool and conversational in the gym, it seemed like that was when, you know, somebody all of a sudden red flagged me and said, yeah, you can't come in here and work out now. You know, your name ain't on the lease. So no disrespect to the dudes that work there, but I just looked at it like, man, ain't no telling who red flagged me, but they just doing their job. So I just shrugged it off like, yup, I already see. This type of bullshit I'm dealing with, yo. If there is a video, if there is a statement going around to somebody saying they did something with me, let me know as soon as possible. That's to everybody. And I mean everybody, yo. Let me know. Tell me directly. And I'm going to start being way more conversational just as far as my interactions with people, because I realize what's been going on. You feel me? Like, I realize what the fuck has been going on. People taking advantage of the fact that I'm not really being that conversational. So my phone probably be getting blocked away from reality. So this same video that I recorded like 2 other videos earlier today saying the same similar thing, but this is me being way more informational. You know what I'm saying? This is me elaborating way more on the bullshit that's been going on. And everything that I said before. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm just putting it in a different format at this point. Man, look, God bless to everybody, yo. I don't owe nobody an explanation. I don't owe nobody shit. You know what I'm saying? As far as like when it comes to me trying to explain how long I've been celibate or sober, I feel like I've been on the walk of God. You know what I'm saying? I owe my explanations to God. But I be speaking vindication in the air because I realize what's been going on for a long time now. And for a very, 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 very long ass time, people been feeling like they can do whatever. It's been some people that has did the worst things, and I could just tell, like, if it was just me and that person in the room, they'd never try the stuff that they've tried with me. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people take advantage of the fact that they be around a bunch of people. I've seen people try to make me look mentally ill because I walked away from an altercation. And I just keep it moving like, man, whatever. I'm grown. I'm 35 years old. I ain't got time for that childish shit. But the thought of somebody doing something to me in my sleep or playing me for a fool. Like I said, it was one day I was at a tiny home shelter. I woke up out of my sleep and I was like coughing and stuff. I couldn't even get out what I was saying. And every time I tried to talk, my phone would say my storage was full. Even though I deleted like 3 hours worth of videos out of my storage bin, out of my trash bin, out of my iCloud, it still was saying the storage was full. That means somebody was hacking to my phone and prompted my phone to say that my storage was full when it wasn't full. So when I woke up one night, you know, a few weeks ago, and I was like coughing and stuff like that, I recorded a video like, yo, I just woke up. I feel like something ain't right. But above all, I just been minding my business, doing my own thing, yo. And it seemed like once I started getting a little bit more cool and conversational, like around that gym and stuff, that's when somebody all of a sudden red flagged my name and said, oh, no. So when I'm out there working out, I'm not starting shit with anybody. I'm just minding my business, you know, doing what I've been doing. September 2nd, 2025. You know what I'm saying? 1:16 in the morning.